It is focus group discussion day for people living with HIV in Makeni. Jacob Suri Kanu, Assistant Project Officer for the Network of HIV Positives, or NetHIPS, which hosts this weekly meeting, is unimpressed about the turnout.
Try to be the floppier because we things them be easy with the organization, we things them be good for the organization, we then able to provide for them. Like Global Phone, we been get a food support, we been give to them. You know the office been look lively, but for the past years, you know the office no look lively again because always see them they get as PL HIV, they know they get them again. Most of we people now don't stop for camp meeting. Most of we people now know they adhere to the mess in them. Wetin cause that? Na poverty. Because you know get 2 or 3 pikin you get for feed them, you don't get nothing. You see? And if you don't get money, the first thing they can in mind, now how you for take care of him picking them. And how you for take care of him picking them, the first kind in mind. If you don't take care, they forget for taking mess, come on for go drag. So now they make people most of we client they know they adhere to the mess in them.
NetHIPS advocates for the rights and well-being of people living with HIV. Its weekly meetings offer a platform to discuss their concerns as a community. Today's session is meant to plan for World AIDS Day 2021 commemoration, but it is instead dominated by complaints around the continued refusal of people living with HIV to take their treatment, a situation driven by a barrage of issues confronting the community. Makeni is the headquarters of the Northern Bambali district, which is ranked as one of the top 5 districts with the highest HIV prevalence rate, according to the 2019 Sierra Leone Demographic Health Survey, or DHS, the most recent data on the global epidemic in the country. The national prevalence rate is 1.7%, up from 1.5% before 2019, according to the DHS. At district level, Bambali lies fourth alongside the Western Area Urban with 2% prevalence rate, behind Koinadugu with 2.1%, Potloko with 2.5%, and the Western Area Rural with 3.4%. Organizations which provide HIV-related services in Bambali say the prevalence rate could be higher than perceived in the district, and they warn that it can get worse if conscious action is not taken to get more people test for their status, increase uptake of antiretroviral drugs, and put an end to stigma and discrimination.
HIV this not to move where it transfers in various ways. And some of the ways now through women that do business, unprotected sex also where they use without they do women that do business where they use condom. Now some of the ways that this way HIV gets to transfer also. But with the regular checkup, medical testing where you dey go, you go able know your status. You can pass you dey feel very healthy. The tumor don dey inside you, but if you dey come hospital you can know your status, you go fine. Na make dem say HIV and AIDS cancel. Cancel mean if we able cancel the person, tell am that after infect, if no idea to the knowledge wetin dey for happen with am. So now some of the basic things in this way for say HIV na very special something.
Stigma are one of the bottlenecks them where we actually need to overcome in this country if we really want to make a headway or make sure say we get HIV and AIDS under control in this country. Stigma are one of the things that we really need to pay attention on. Because stigma are the like I said, the bottleneck. Now one of the things that they actually they stop people for take the medicine, actually the HIV medicine, the ARVs. Stigma, now one of the things that they also they stop people for even go to the facilities and for go get themselves tested, they know their HIV status. So if really we want to get HIV under control, we really need for target stigma, for make sure say we work on them, for make sure say we keep them away from we daily dealings them.
The global target to reach zero transmission of HIV by 2030, in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, envisages increasing coverage of services from testing to treatment. And for this to be attained, The UN has identified some groups of people known as key populations who are said to be most prone to the virus. In Sierra Leone, these are sex workers, men who have sex with men, transgender people, and people who inject drugs. All four groups are very active in Bambali, particularly in Makeni, the main commercial hub of the district and the largest city in the entire northern region of the country. Campaigners say the multitude of issues these people face are making it difficult to reach them, thereby complicating efforts to prevent the spread of the virus.
The problems that we will get towards the HIV sector, when they take the drugs, we get it, we will positive, we take the drug. But now we take the drug, we drink her. If you not get food, we will work ourselves. So that don't make, we know they take again. Most of you they die now. But like before, you know, they hard like this way now. Now it is hard, we drink her. You need the turn, you need to move, so you don't get food. So that don't make go back, we don't level drug, so they take again. Male sex worker, they need take her. So they need take her. And they use condom for prevent themselves, they not get another HIV get add on top than they. Before saying they take her.
Sex work is a crime in Sierra Leone. This means its practitioners are in constant trouble with the law. Lady P, president of the commercial sex workers in Bambali, says most of their members have given up hope due to the barrage of issues they face, among them discrimination and stigma. She says most of her members are HIV positive and that they have stopped taking treatment because they do not have the required nutritional support to do so, among many other concerns.
We get a lot of things they want. We need assistance from the court too. We need assistance from the police. Because not to say the police can really want charge. Because of the above, we don't say charge, but charge. And that too. Number 3, discrimination and stigma. Beaucoup from the people to get HIV and stigmatized. At the end of the day, just imagine. Somebody don't stigmatize you to get HIV, then go pin it back in an open court for explain. That person stigmatized you in the court. Who don't stigmatize you past everything? At the court. Because me don't carry report stigma. At least they forget we don't separate court where they judge the case. We don't go put an open court say people say I get HIV and Mr. And we they deal with clients. So within that period where they talk, people they all lay eyes on you. Information they pass now. So they will get clients, you know they will get us, you know they do not stigmatize you. So that side of us now court, like when they don't fair, they deal with rape cases, then they deal with HIV cases then back there. So at least possibly you go know say yes, what you do bad or what happens so you don't become secret.
The Rofuta Development Organization, or RODA, works with female sex workers in the northern region, providing testing and counseling services for HIV. The organization refers those who test positive for the virus to health facilities for treatment. Mildred Bangura, project officer for RODA, confirms that they have received complaints about the reluctance to take drugs. She says her organization has been lobbying its donors to incorporate the nutritional component into its programs, among other interventions. RODA operates through peer navigators and peer educators to provide its services. In the last few years, it has been providing pre-exposure prophylaxis, a medicine taken to prevent getting HIV, to its non-reactive clients. Some 161 female sex workers are currently registered under the program in Bambali alone. RODA's annexed office, situated along Azolini Highway in Makeni, serves as its drop-in center for Bambali. It also serves as safe haven for clients who are in distress.
RODA not the only deal with HIV and AIDS no more. We can also do SGBV, that's social gender-based violence. We can preach against that. Sometimes and then we can go in a community, do community sensitization, engage stakeholders, engage even the FSW there, because we know say that the violence then too much. So now that make we can use different approach for sensitize you and the way they out there for no say them people there then get life like we.
Bishop Sano works with Dignity Association, an organization that works with MSMs and transgender people. He believes that their clients present an even more complicated case to deal with.
The MSM and transgender community, now people that we always they isolate themselves, and the world over not take MSM then seriously or not focus on them. When the key population and the way the risk is high in HIV and AIDS, the risk is high because people don't focus on them and their activities, their advocacy. Then if we not there for deal with them, we not go able. And the activity, what then they do, how they able to transmit this disease, the risk is high. So now I make we focus on them.
John A.S. Kuroma is the regional coordinator for the National AIDS Secretariat. He acknowledges the complications facing the HIV/AIDS response in the district and says they have been putting modalities in place to address them. According to Kuroma, the nutritional support aspect is key to all this.
The nutritional support is meant to actually boost the immune system of people living with HIV and AIDS because when they are living with the virus, they are actually getting some problem with their immune system. So that's why the nutritional support is given to them to boost their immune system so that they can partake in the economic activity or they can partake in productive activity for themselves, for their families, and for their communities. And that's why the nutritional support is given to them. That's one reason. The other reason is for them to be motivated to go to the health facility for treatment because it is always, used as a kind of requirement, condition that if you do not go to the health facility for treatment, you would be given food or you won't benefit from the nutritional support. When somebody stops taking medication, it will lead to treatment failure. In other words, the drug you are taking will no longer work in your system because you've left the health facility for quite a long time and the virus has transformed itself into another form or multiplied itself, making it difficult, again, that medicine to work in the system, drug resistance. So it will also lead to death, So, and the response is to ensure that we keep people alive. And in future, according to our vision, to ensure that we have a free AIDS society. So if people are not taking their medication and they default means somebody is not going to the health facility and they lost to follow up because if you absent 1 month, 2 months, you are a defaulter. But when it goes to 3 months or more, you are lost to follow up. And when you have those cases, automatically the rate of transmission of the virus will increase. The reason being, that person will be in a community, in a particular family, not thinking about coming for his or her medication and transmit the virus to other people. And those viruses will be dangerous viruses because they have already transformed themselves into another form. So it's very, very bad for us.
This is already happening, according to Lady P, who says many of her members continue to work even though they are HIV positive.
If the food know the HIV case, nothing will happen. They just waste their time. Trust me. All waiting now they will go waste their time. Because if HIV day in the main now and not take the drugs, it's like what you not count the drugs on for nothing. Because on account of we will get the problem. Not for we not get the problem. But me will get the problem. Me not get sufficient food for like it like take I no go take her. So you count for nothing go to and back. Pap now, check now, die now, no problem. No drinking now, say you die, no problem. Smoke jump, but die, no problem. But we know they go do. And the HIV now, it don't worst. It don't worst too. The HIV don't worst in the way that people because now they get come up, get them up, put your in the campus. Old man get there, small guy is sick, die. Because we picking them back, some of them are picking HIV positive. It's small picking and then HIV positive, and that means they give them food, pass them broker. You understand? So if you the mommy not take it, you give the picking. Now one family don't die. The man, the picking, the other girl, in boyfriend, in picking, they all died. The 3 all died. You know it. That's 6 months back. They all die.
The latest stigma index study conducted by NetHips in 2019 shows a high rate of stigma and discrimination across the country. Brahima Suri Kanu has been leading a nationwide sensitization effort on the findings, from which a patient rights charter was drawn, which highlights the human rights concerns of people living with HIV and the legal ramifications as contained in the HIV and AIDS Commission Act 2011.
We believe, say, as a network and as an institution, HIV no the kill. The only thing where they kill, now the stigma and discrimination really being HIV. And we as a network, now that stigma they want for minimize, another stigma they want for try for see how we able to wipe them at community level.